Coloring your hair with henna over a box dye, how long should you even wait? That's one of the great questions that I have received, and this is another week of Ask Henna Sooq. So whenever I get these great questions, you get selected to hear my answers. And welcome to the Hennasooq channel. My name is Khadija. I'm leading henna hair color expert, Ayurvedic hair care specialist, and I do very gorgeous and beautiful jagua and henna body art. And remember, if you have a pressing question that you need an answer to, like right now, don't worry, we got you. You want to reach one of our hair care experts, or maybe you just want to talk about henna body art, go to their website, hennasooq.com. Right in the bottom right-hand corner, you can reach one of our experts to get all of your questions answered. All right, let's get into it. So the first question comes from Lawana Farms. Let's see, the question is, I put box dye on my lovely virgin hair and I really dislike the color. How long do I need to wait before doing a henna hair dye treatment? I read from different places that you should wait 6 to 8 weeks before putting henna over chemical dyed hair. So when you're using our brand, our products, it's because our products are free of metallic salts, free from compound henna or any additives or blends or colors or variations, no PPD, no trash ingredients that will conflict with chemical box dyes. Even from the salon, same thing. And even if you do perm, same thing. You can safely use our Hennasooq products to dye your hair soon after, meaning like at least give your hair a break though, like a couple of weeks, so your hair can kind of settle down, and kind of, just give it a nice, maybe 4 to 6 weeks. It can be, I have some clients that do perm that do their color a week before, a week after, so you can, but I do want you to pay attention to your hair and give it the break it needs from any type of processing in general. That's mostly why you want to allow your hair time to have a break and refresh and rejuvenate and feel, somewhat back to normal. If it does already, then yes, you can use Hennasooq henna hair dye over chemical color safely, and perms as well. And just again, watch your hair, be in tune with your hair, and always give it what it needs, especially in that moment. Question number 2 comes from Nail Varnish Rules. Question is, I have natural snow white hair. I dyed my hair with 50-50 henna and indigo. I was aiming for a brown color, instead I got a bright orange. So I applied indigo over and it got brown. But how can I get a pale orange or even dirty blonde? Would I need to use some cassia? If so, what ratio and how long do I leave it on for? Now that you use henna and indigo, it's gonna go, and your hair is brown, it's going to be harder to go lighter. So henna and indigo both do not lighten naturally. So your brown hair is gonna be kind of brown for a while until it grows out, or you cut it out slowly over time as you need to. But it would have been easier to really get that pale orange or that dirty blonde type of look when your hair was already pretty light. So when you're there again though, and you got your pure white beautiful hair, back to where it's at, make sure that you use, yes, cassia. Your big proportion of your whole recipe will be cassia. And cassia is semi-permanent, so it's only gonna last 2 to 3 weeks. But it's not going to be effective on brown hair that you have right now. So you're going to have to wait for that to go away, or unfortunately chemically lighten your hair again, which is unfortunate because I really don't want you to have damage your hair and risk that. But that pale orange dirty blonde look is with cassia and a very small percentage of henna. No indigo whatsoever. That's how you get that tone. And you leave it on the normal amount of coloring time, which is always 3 to 4 hours for all henna, cassia, indigo coloring steps, always. Question number 3 comes from Vanessa Brown, and they're asking, I've already completed a full henna treatment 2 weeks ago. Would it be okay to do henna glosses using a moisturizing conditioner every 3 weeks until the next time I want to use like a full henna treatment? Or will the glosses be sufficient to maintain the hair color? A gloss and a full henna hair color treatment, usually you'll do different color results for sure. Every time you add any type of ingredients, it's becoming a big part of that recipe, it will dilute the henna. So the henna glosses typically tend to be lighter than a full henna treatment. They're not as strong. So a full henna treatment is typically, water and henna, and that's it, and that's giving you a full strength coloring treatment. When you use a gloss with conditioner, that dilutes it more, so the color is not as vibrant. So you can try though and see, maybe you'll really like it and it'll just like upkeep the color that you're doing. It may be sufficient, but do know also there may be a drawback, and you need to be really watching your hair. That henna acts as a protein. So you're talking about a full henna treatment and then doing henna very regularly. That may be overload. So really watch your hair, because those who have protein sensitivities, that will be a lot that could cause breakage. So you really monitor it. Please write these things down that you're doing these steps. So that way, if it becomes too much and you notice that your hair is not happy, there's giving you any signs of unhappiness, which could be dryness, breakage, crunchiness, you'll notice a difference. Make sure you pay attention to your hair. If you notice these differences, space that out even more, or just stick to doing a full henna treatment as regular, and then doing other masks and treatments in between, just to maintain the overall health of your hair. It doesn't always have to be henna. There's so many other Ayurvedic herbs, like amla for hair growth, cassia for like the cleansing and just the strengthening, and overall a nice mask. You could be using let's say even ziziphus, for volume and fullness of the hair. There's so many options that you can do in between, that it doesn't always have to be henna. You don't have to overload it with henna. Just use henna in moderation, because it especially behaves like a protein treatment. So thank you guys for tuning in. I love these questions. You guys always bring it. And remember, post your question below in the comments so I can choose one of yours for next week. So don't forget, hit the subscribe and the bell, and don't miss any of the great videos I have coming out to you. I'll see you next time. Bye.